All right, in this video, we're going to demonstrate how to bind your ELRS receiver to the ELRS transmitter. And we got to do a couple of things. So first, we need to download two pieces of software. Betaflight, as you can see on my screen. The second one we need to download is the ELRS configurator, which you can just Google right here, installing the configurator. Okay, so I've downloaded both of those. You also need to download, oh no, actually that's it. Just those two things. All right, first thing we're going to do, we're going to plug in the USB cable to your drone. We're going to start with the receiver update and binding phrase. What the binding phrase does is it sets a code that you're going to match with your transmitter so they know they're talking to the same person. So if your binding code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's going to look for some transmitter that's also saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that way they know, okay, I'm talking to each other. So this will work at the same time. Everyone can be doing the same thing at the same time. That's the beauty of this method versus the 3 plug and unplug method, which is just kind of like searching for the first thing that comes around, which who knows what it is, all right? Yes, so plug in USB from your computer to your Betaflight. You do not need a battery to power it on. The reason you don't need a battery to power it on because there's enough, the USB 5 volt is enough to also power the board and the receiver on it. Mm-hmm.
So this page, what do you do? You get here.
Right here. Sorry, right here. Software.
Up there.
Yeah, and then okay, right here. Sorry, at the very top it says 3.5.4 is. Check it out on GitHub. Go to GitHub. Oh no, that's not what we want. I'm sorry.
I use 177.
Okay, where's the download page? Express ELRS. Okay, right here. I went to the second page. Releases, GitHub. All right, here's the actual software. Right here, 177.
You want the EXE.
You want the EXE, so you want this specific one right here.
And Apple people will use the DMG.
Yep,
right?
Apple people will use this one, the very first one. Okay, so the receiver is the little square on your drone. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like, well, this is the manual. Just to give you an idea, this is 11 millimeters by 13 millimeters. It's this big. It's a little like SD card sized chip. That's what it looks like. Okay? That is, if you assemble this and you put it around the same area, it's the thing in the back. It's either going to be flashing green or solid green. All right? So that's the thing. There's actually another thing that's green, but if you didn't plug in the battery, you shouldn't see it. The VTX also flashes green, but if you're just using USB, it's just going to be, you see that? Does everyone see the little green flashing? I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's in the back. Or it's the solid green if you're already paired. So in your case, it would already be paired. Oh, well, it's because your radio's probably off, right?
I turned it on and it wouldn't come on beta.
Okay.
With the...
All right, we'll take a look again. Okay, so anyways, I'm just showing that that you know it's on, because you see the little green light. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I'm just going to confirm on Betaflight, we are indeed connected. Here on Betaflight, we're also going to go to ports. Make sure that your UART1 serial RX is on. Okay, because that's the UART port that we connected to. All right. Also, you're going to go here into receiver. We're going to make sure you are serial UART CRSF crossfire. Okay, good. All right. Now we're going to go to this thing called CLI. This is like a command prompt. CLI down here. I'm going to tell you exactly what to write. We need to write, give me a sec. pause. Okay, so we need to write serial. Give me a sec. Go into CLI here on the bottom. We're going to write get serial. Wait, it's not showing up. Serial RX. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Get serial RX. Okay, I'm going to write it bigger. I know, it's tiny. Okay, this is what you need to write in your line. Get serial RX.
Should I do it too?
Yes, everyone do it just to check. And you'll see the stuff. All right. Do you get that? Okay, now what we're looking for is this serial inverted equals off and serial half duplex equals off. Is anyone's on? Okay, then you don't need to do anything. We're good. All right, so I'm going to now disconnect the drone from the top. Okay, it reconnected. Okay, while I'm here, I wanted you to take note what USB port it's plugged into. So whatever this says right here, take note of it. So I see USB modem 206 something something blah blah blah. Betaflight STM. Okay, so I'm gonna look at that.
Where are you seeing that?
Right here. It's up here.
Oh, you have to connect?
Don't connect, just be in a disconnected state like what I am right now.
I'm getting an update firmware button there. There's
if you
data flash freeze.
if you are because you're probably not under the welcome page. Go to the welcome page, not the firmware flasher. Go to the welcome page. Yellow, not red. Okay, if you're disconnected. Okay, now we're done with Betaflight. You don't have to close it. Just we're gonna move to ELRS configurator. Okay, I'm under ELRS configurator right here. What we're gonna do is we're going to go to our target. You're going to look up Happy model 2.4 gigahertz. You're going to go to device. It's going to be Happy model EP1/EP2 2.4 gigahertz RX. Everyone find that? Okay, we're going to do Betaflight pass-through because we're connected to our main control board, and then we're using that to communicate to our receiver. Now, there's something weird that we found out. We cannot directly update to the latest version. So just go here under the releases. We're going to go to 3.3.1. All right, just click on that first. We have to do it in we have a stepwise function. We have to do it in 2 steps instead of all at once. There might have been something in the firmware that doesn't allow you. So make sure you're on 3.3.1, Happy model 2.4 gigahertz, Happy model EP1, EP2, 2.4 gigahertz RX. Everyone see that? Betaflight pass-through. Any questions?
Should I do this too or just chill?
No, you're good. We already did yours. Same with you, Chris. You don't have to do it.
Just call it instead.
Okay.
You just ignore that it tells you that there's newer.
Yes, we'll update it in the second step. We tried doing it all at once. It doesn't work. So we have to do it a second time. Okay, make sure you have 2.4 gigahertz ISM standard. Binding phrase. This is important. Put something unique to you. Put your binding phrase. This is like your password. So, I mean, I have MERDETs, but you're going to put your own thing, all right? Case sensitive. All right. So, come up with something. I believe it requires at least 6 characters. Okay, now, go back to this. This is your serial port. And remember the one that you found in Betaflight? I'm going to choose that one. So that's my Betaflight right here, USB modem. Okay? Anyone have questions up to this point? All right, now we're going to press flash at the bottom. If this was done correctly, you'll start to get... Oh, my goodness. Okay, wait. We had the same issue. Let me go a little farther down. Let me go... All right, let me try something else, 3.2. Is anyone else's working? Because on the other ones, we had to do like, we did 3.3.1.
Yeah, Bill, they're here too.
Looks like physics.
Okay, mine's working. Mine's
Go
working.
back further.
Okay, go back further. Go to 3.2.0. I just chose something farther back. Okay. Go back further, and then you see how I have a progress bar now? We're going to have to maybe do this in couple steps. Success at the bottom. Okay, okay, now I'm at 3.2.0. I'm going to try to, do I want to try to go all in? All right, let's go all in. Let's see if 3.54 goes, all right?
This is the only time I get to gamble. As a poor person.
So what do you
Hey, okay, it works.
Daddy needs a new firmware.
So we're doing it twice. So I tried 3.3.1 previously. It errored out. Try something slightly older.
Do you click on flash another
Flash another.
for the next one?
Oh, I just pressed back.
Okay.
But I don't know what happens when I press flash. Oh, it just reflashes. My bad. Oh, well, whatever. We just let it reflash itself. I don't know what's going to do. Okay.
Was it 3.5?
So try something old, and then once it's success, in a few seconds, you'll see go success. Then try the latest, which is 3.5.4. Okay, so you see I have success. And if I go back, you see I'm at 3.54 now. Okay. Set the binding phrase on our receiver. We need to set the binding phrase on our transmitter so it knows to talk to this one. So we're going to do this. We're going to unplug from your controller, or actually you can leave it in. It doesn't matter. Just keep it off. Okay, I'm going to take this USB cable. I'm going to plug it in. Now, what I found is that this is kind of particular with the USB cable that you have. So I was using other USB cables like Jen. I don't know if yours is going to work because that was the one that was not talking to it.
Plug into where? To where?
It's just take the one that was plugged to your drone and plug into this now.
Yeah, take the,
Try it. What you want to see is you want to see the light turned on. Okay. If the light doesn't turn on, try a different USB cable. I don't know. This one's just particular. All right. What we're going to do now is go back to Express LRS configurator. Back into Express LRS configurator, we're going to change the device. We're no longer using a happy model. We are using a beta FPV 2.4 gigahertz device. Specifically, it's the ELRS 2.4 gigahertz nano RF, and this is a transmitter.
Not a receiver.
Right. This is transmitting info. You notice we can use cross brands, right? We're using beta FPV for the transmitter. We're using happy model for the receiver. They're all talking ELRS. They're talking the same language, so it doesn't matter. That's what's kind of nice, right? Compared to DJI. DJI, you got to touch DJI. You have no other options. So beta FPV, and now it happens to be, okay, 3.54 is the release. So we're going to go there. All right. This one, you don't need to do the step. You should be able to go straight to the 3.54. So just choose that one. Okay, we're doing UART serial because we're connected through USB. You see that? From what I read on the documentation, this will not work if you try to do the Wi-Fi method, which I'm not showing anyways. Okay, UART, same thing. ISM standard, make sure that's checked. Same binding phrase. Same binding phrase. Choose the serial port. Okay, I'm using this one. And then flash.
Yeah, which one?
Okay.
No option.
Is your thing first blue? Make sure it's blue. There's no option for you?
Oh, neat. 9, this is the one you...
Yeah, there it is. Flash.
I don't have it.
Did it take a while for yours to show up?
It took a second.
Yeah, maybe wait a little bit. Also,
Should I flash or just leave mine?
yours is already working, so maybe don't touch it. Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix, right? Okay, you see I got a success? Yes, Jen? All right, now that I've set I've updated the firmware. I've set the binding phrase for both the receiver and the transmitter. I'm going to put the transmitter back onto the Radio Master controller. I'm going to plug this USB cable into the drone. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to verify everything is talking. So, plug it back in. I'm going to go to Betaflight, make sure my drone is online. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go to the receiver tab. Now, I'm going to go to my Radio Master. I'm going to turn it on.
Welcome to HTX.
And, oh, come on. It's supposed to be talking. Okay.
Boy, impatient, isn't he?
Okay. See, it automatically talks. So that's it. You shouldn't have to do anything in Betaflight. This is just to verify it works. Let me show you what you should see on your screen if you were to... oh, I need another USB cable. Okay, so what I'm going to do... I mean, if it works, it works, but I haven't tried it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check... I'm going to go... Okay, on the home screen, like you see right here, I'm going to press System. Okay, on the first page, you should see Express ELRS. For most people, it's on the second line. Some people have it lower. But Express ELRS, I'm going to press my little scroll button here just to enter in. Okay, let's see if things updated. You see right here, it says 3.54 ISM 2.4 gigahertz. That means we updated the transmitter module. Good. All right. The fact that we see other devices means that we are connected to a receiver. Again, how do you know? Look at the receiver. It is solid green this time. You can also go to Betaflight and you can see when I move sticks, it also responds. But the solid green way is a way for you to know without having to plug in Betaflight, just out in the field. Okay, I'm going to go into other devices, press the scroll wheel. There it is, the EP, the Happy module EP 2400. I'm going to scroll down until I see the firmware option 3.54. You see that? So we're on the same firmware. We're all updated. That's how we know it's working.
I got nothing on other devices.
Then you're not plugged in. Is it plugged in? Okay. Okay, the beauty of this method is that now in the future, if you have another drone that you want to bind to your controller, use the same binding phrase. All right, create a new model, use a new binding phrase. Isn't that great? Okay, so you don't have to do this whole thing and worry about, like, I don't know, it disconnecting or someone overriding it. Okay, so some of you may not be seeing the serial port show up in your Express ELRS, so you have to download additional driver. This is specific to some Windows computers. So you need to look up this website, How to Flash Firmware of ELRS RxTX. And then you're going to scroll down to this section. We're going to download something called the CP210X driver. All right. Once you download this on your computer, then you'll be able to see the appropriate ports for you to continue to do the firmware updates.